Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a return subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to get to a story I was supposed to do this morning, but we'll jump into it now. And this story right here is about a Bronx native, Bronx, New York. Shout out BX. And it's about a woman that's being terrorized by a neighbor who recently moved into her apartment, building, and this woman is terrorizing this other woman, and the threats that she's making or just the gestures that she's doing is something to be taken seriously. Now I'm gonna tell you something. There are some people out here that have death wishes, and you can rely on the justice system to say they're gonna protect you and all this other stuff, and it's always some red tape when somebody seems to be in imminent danger of their life or the lives of their children, or families, and it falls on deaf ears until they feel like hearing what you got to say. There are some people out there that are like gnats that just hover all around you and keep bothering you, even though you want to be left in peace. And I want you to take a look at this story, because this thing right here, man, I would handle it differently, and I'd most likely be in jail. But I want to hear from you ladies in this. How would you handle this situation? Take a look at this. This is truly disturbing.
A terrified mom is speaking out, accusing her neighbor of terrorizing her and destroying her door with a hammer. And as you saw, it was all caught on camera. News 12's Noelle Lilly spoke exclusively with the victim, who is too afraid to show her face, and explains the NYCHA rule that's keeping her from moving.
This is what one Bronx mom saw on the other side of her Ring camera this month.
I just hear banging on my door, like with a hammer and a bat. Bang, 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 for no reason.
This mom has lived at her NYCHA apartment for years and says she's never had any problems until Nigera McCasling moved in. In this video from a week ago, you can see a woman screaming and smashing this mom's door with a hammer and a bat, allegedly unprovoked.
We never had any encounters. She's dangerous. Nobody's helping me.
Police arrested McCasling for the incident, and the DA's office charged her with several crimes, including harassment and criminal possession of a weapon. But the charges are not bail eligible. According to court docs, she was released, and this mom says NYCHA has allowed her back into the building.
I feel like with situations like this, they should be the ones to say you have to go. And I just don't understand why they letting people out like that commit crimes.
NYCHA told me they would work with this mom on moving her to a new apartment, but occupancy rules state she'd have to downsize from the 2-bedroom she's lived in for over a decade to a 1-bedroom because her son is under the age of 6.
I'm just tired. I just want to be comfortable at home and to raise my son in a safe environment.
She recently got an order of protection, and the DA's office said a victim's advocate would be in touch. The suspect is due back in court May 8th.
Then some shit. I told you. You got all these different agencies and crime facilities out here that's supposed to be handling stuff, and they don't. They don't care about normal people. They don't care about spats. They don't care if people get victimized. They don't. That's your proof right there. She don't even know the woman. Woman's so terrified she won't even show her damn face. Think about that. Then on top of this, she said she never interacted with her. So can you imagine your neighbor just coming at your door? She brought 2 weapons, a bat and what's the name? Did you see the damage to the door? How the fuck did they let her back in there? She destroyed property in a place she rents at, and they let her back in. It seemed like in New York, man, from, stories I've seen and, just things I've heard, it seemed like people don't care about their tenants out there. As long as you pay the rent, that's all that matters. Now, I'll tell you another thing, too. This woman said she'd been there 10 years. Said all she wanted to do was raise herself, raise her son in peace. But when it comes to juggernaut type behavior and ninjas, you can't have peace. That's one thing you can't have. And it's crazy. Obviously, this woman has some type of mental problems. And I wonder if her family knows that, and they probably just tossed her out because she was crazy. And that's the thing. I would handle that different. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you something. That's something not to take lightly. That is serious. She telling her to come out, banging on the door like a maniac. Can you imagine being in there with your son? He don't understand what's going on. You got to try to console him while you scared yourself, terrorizing people. If this woman need help, she need it ASAP. And she don't need to be in that apartment building no more. Woman there 10 years, and now she got to up and move from her comfort zone. For 10 years, she paid these people rent. And all of a sudden, it's all on her to find a place where she can find peace at a place that she invested a lot of her money in living and don't even get no respect for it. I want you to let that sink in for a second. That woman just moved there, and this woman forced to move and uproot her life because this motherfucker got problems. Like I said, they don't care. They let her go right back in there and go back to her apartment after she fucked that door up. And she lucky that's a steel door. Because if that was a wood door, I'm more than sure, hard as she was swinging, she would have got in there. And if she had got in there, do you think she would have went in there to talk and argue? No. I'm more than sure if that woman had opened that door, she'd have probably lost her life and her child would have lost her life. Got a baby under the age of 6 years old, right? And you got to go through that. And then another thing is this. She can't have a 2-bedroom because her child is under the age of 6? What the fuck is that? What is that? It's crazy. I never heard of NYCHA, whatever. But it sounds like some bullshit to me. And I don't even know what the hell this shit is for. How you gonna put stipulations on somebody that can pay the rent? This whole thing is unacceptable. And it's scary that this woman, and it's sad that this woman has to go through this. She's so scared she won't even show her face. Lock the lady up, charge her. Oh, these are not felonies, so they let her right back out. After you did all of that shit, they let them right back out. That's why I tell you, the justice system is trash. They look at the guidelines. They don't even look at the whole situation. They look at the guidelines, and then if it falls within the guidelines, let them back out. What if that woman's walking to the door with her child, and she got her head turned, and she's trying to go into the thing, and that woman comes out and attacks her and her kid? Then you'll have a press conference. This is unfortunate. We wish we could have did more. You could do more, but you don't. You don't. They let criminals go like it's nothing nowadays. Like it's nothing. How many times have you seen? Just look at the way things are right now. Inmates escaping like it's nothing almost daily in America. Then you got people with restraining orders and all that stuff. Ain't nothing but a fucking piece of paper. People foregoing that and going and tearing somebody out the frame. Nobody is safe in America amidst the cries of the people, American people calling out the obvious. What you think about that? People are screaming to the high heavens. We don't feel safe because it seems like nowadays everybody's preying on everybody else and nothing is being done about it. I would fix this shit. I would. It don't take a genius to see that America has real problems. I ain't worrying about no other fucking country because we are about to explode from the inside out. It's open season on regular, peace, law-abiding citizens in this nation. And if we are the ones that make the country grow, we are what? The greatest asset of this nation. But for some odd reason, they're not looking at it like that. I'm going to tell you something. In closing, let me say this. How the fuck is her violent actions not grounds to be evicted? Out here in Houston, you act the fool out there where the cops got to come, they throw you right the fuck out. You got to go because you're causing the disturbance and you messing with the money of the people whose grounds you rent from. I would universalize the justice system nationally. You know what I'm saying? Misdemeanors, I'd let the state deal with that. But certain things as would be federal felonies. And all states would have to carry them out. You cannot harass people and have them scared Like this. Could you imagine this? What if somebody knocks on the door, a friend or a family member? She hears the knock, that crazy lady hears the knock, and comes out and just mollywops whoever's out there. This woman's a prisoner in her own home, and it's a damn shame, and it shouldn't be accepted. Not now, not ever. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I hope she gets out of that situation. I really do.